Who you gonna call? Group settings. Done info. We're so good at this already. I can feel it.
Nailed it.
Welcome to episode 2 of Trend Settings. If you're returning, we love you. If you're new, we love you.
Welcome back.
We just love you for watching because we're new, we're raw, we're bouncing all over the place with the subjects this week. So there's some really hectic stuff and some really hectic in a bad way stuff and hectic in a good way stuff. But we're going to start with Ghostbusters.
Mainly the bad one.
Ghostbusters.
So we're going to
bad week.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters came out this week,
Yes.
Sure did.
so you can catch it in your local cinema.
It's not an
We're not bloody plugging
They're not paying us.
Ghostbusters.
They're not paying us.
But I want people to go see it.
Okay, so we're half and half. I've seen it,
I've
he's
seen it.
and you guys
I have
seen
not.
it. I haven't seen
No
it.
But before
spoilers.
that, we're going to introduce ourselves. Ali.
Chris.
Yay, Chan.
See, when I point to you, that means yay,
I
chick.
couldn't see where you were pointing.
Ali.
Yay, Chan.
Chris.
Jono.
Okay, we did it this time, guys. People know who we are.
Yes.
Chris has seen Ghostbusters.
Chris has seen Ghostbusters and he won't stop talking about it. So, Chris.
You won't stop talking.
Chris, what are we talking about? What are we talking about with Ghostbusters?
Okay. I wasn't that excited to go see Ghostbusters. I went to see Ghostbusters on a more like conceptual level, and I just wanted to go see Ghostbusters.
He's a
I was,
film student, if you couldn't tell.
I was super interested in what the, I was super pumped to see what the movie would be after all the hate and like the flippin' vitriol that's been laid all over it, especially recently.
Well,
Even
the funny thing is all the pre-hate it got.
that's what I'm most interested in. Like at the moment,
It's the best kind of hate, isn't it?
pre-hate.
Yeah.
I haven't
Isn't that
seen it.
crazy?
It sucks.
You just get in there before there's any facts.
Yeah.
Okay, so my question is two-pronged. Firstly,
Wow.
Almost like a pincer, which we're not talking about.
pincers. It's not a pincer.
I caught one today.
It's a doduo.
Stop.
So the first head is why did people hate it so much before they knew anything about it? And also, is it sexist to hate the movie before it's even out? That's my questions.
Considering the only fact they had about it was that it had women in it instead of men. It's pretty sexist, right? Like it's slightly sexist. I
It's.
think.
I definitely grew up loving it. Is anyone else in that same boat?
I love Ghostbusters.
Yes.
Like,
when I was allowed to watch it.
Love it.
I didn't think about that.
It's pretty.
Come on, Jenny.
It's pretty full on.
No, he's. Yeah.
In a funny way, but it's still like.
Yeah, it was scary.
No, it's
I was
scary.
scared when I was
That-
scared.
The librarian ghost
Hello.
at the beginning. When she's like, he's like, excuse me, Miss Ghost. And she's like, shh. And she just keeps doing that.
Yeah.
And then she just flips out at the end. I was like,
That is so.
That was
weird.
amazing.
That wasn't the scariest part for me, but okay.
That was incredible.
and then they're all jumping down the stairs like,
Nah, when the
that
house
sounds so
when the house comes alive, that's scary. That was scary.
The egg thing, cooking on the.
So I had no idea that people hated on this movie. Is it because it's chicks now? Is that the problem?
No, well, it
It's pretty-
depends where you look.
It's a bit of both.
Because everyone who you ask will say, I don't hate it because they're women. I just don't want another Ghostbusters movie.
Right.
But
Well, some people are, like, they don't think women are funny, that kind of angle.
but in general, whenever anything comes out, there's going to be idiots. There are racist people out there. There are sexist people out there.
Mm.
I'm not talking about the idiots. I'm talking about the general population.
I think,
Well, it's a bit of like fatigue, right? Seeing the same movies again.
yeah, and like,
They've already
Crystal
done.
Skull ruined everything. The only one
Yeah.
that's done it well has been Star Wars.
Jurassic World wasn't bad.
Jurassic World was super average.
You think?
I love Chris Pratt, but the movie is.
It was very,
above average.
It was very middle. It was middle. Like they played it safe. And then
But the thing is, when you look at Jurassic World, everyone loved it just because of the nostalgia.
Did everyone love it, or did everyone go see it?
Well,
I don't know if
I didn't hear anything bad about it. The fact that we're making another one. So why are people complaining about? another Ghostbusters when they're not complaining about another Jurassic
Ghostbusters
Park.
is more cult classic. Jurassic Park is more just a Spielberg movie that's great.
And Ghostbusters was pretty much Bill Murray plus like other people, right? Like I don't know.
And
The best part is him for me. in the
Ghostbusters,
movie.
it's also a little bit nerdy. Like
It's very nerdy.
Jurassic Park is,
But like it's
everyone
very
loves
like
Jurassic Park.
actor driven. Though the nostalgia for Ghostbusters for me at least is seeing Bill Murray on screen, being Bill Murray.
Yeah, I guess.
And when you announce that you're going to do a Ghostbusters movie
Without
without Bill Murray, we already had bad Jurassic Park sequels.
Mm.
Like they'd already taken care of that,
Right.
so it couldn't be that bad, right? Like Jurassic Park 3.
This was a big wake up call for me. Jurassic Park 3 was not good. This was a big wake up call for me because when I heard about the movie, I was like, nah, I don't need another Ghostbusters movie. Like, no. And then I had to stop and think about it because I'm like, why not? And I think, like, am I being sexist? Is it because they're women? Like, in my head, I'm like, no. But
when you think about it.
But everyone else is saying that, but there's been a lot of remakes.
Yeah.
There has been a lot of remakes lately, and I feel like there's no movie now that in 20 years people will be remaking. Like what are we making now that people will remake in the future?
No,
Like I feel
I
like
disagree 100%.
like what?
Yeah, there'll be remakes.
Anything. Do you think they're still not going to make Spider-Man in 20
Like
years?
What's as in like a new idea that's come out now?
Now, yeah, exactly.
There's not really enough new stories,
I
right?
think
I can't even think of one.
the way things are going,
Inception.
there'll be more like extended franchises. Like Guardians of the Galaxy won't get remade. It'll be going for 40 years.
Mm. Yeah.
But you know what I mean? That's not a new idea. Even like all the Avengers stuff, like it's a remake of a comic book that was out 20 years ago. There's no new content.
No, there is.
It's
just
is
not
some
popular.
Stuff. Yeah, it's not. But I think the stuff they're making now looks good enough that a remake wouldn't actually add that much to it.
Right.
Whereas like 20 years ago, special effects were not nearly as good as they are now.
Oh, I don't know. Like, I think they're going to go further now. Like, because 20 years ago,
But
you
you'll
couldn't
never-
think of where we
But
are
you can't
now.
just redo Avatar. The story's not interesting enough, and it looked good enough that you wouldn't get any extra from doing the exact same story again, right?
We
Like
say
some
that
remakes still-
now, like it looked good enough, but what's going to look good in 20
Yeah, true.
years?
That's true.
You want to watch Avatar
We're
in
going to
VR.
be in it. We're going to be living it
Yeah.
in 20 years, probably.
Right.
I don't know.
Okay.
So what do you guys actually think of the movie? Any good?
I'm of two minds about it. So, the women who are in this movie are so freaking funny. Like the 2 or 3 years that when all of them were on SNL except the
Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy.
I was going to be like, the black one?
You guys won't get that on the podcast.
Ali was flapping his arms.
Like the one where they were together, like it was like golden age women on SNL. Even Cecily
Yeah.
Strong's in it, who's like the other funny one from SNL. And
Who says it's
like
wrong?
as
What was she?
she was the assistant that's always like, you guys did great.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Your impressions are amazing.
They used to too, right?
Yeah,
So-
Yeah,
for like
maybe.
one episode and then didn't do it again for some reason, even though it was really funny.
It was too
Where
fun.
was I going with this? But
You're in two minds.
it's so funny. Like Chris Hemsworth is actually crazy funny.
Yeah, he was gold.
Chris Hemsworth in it?
Which is also the problem in it's kind of too funny. It's like an Austin Powers movie instead of like a
Right.
what's a comedy that's good and serious at the same time. Ghostbusters one.
Knocked up.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Still got a decent story.
Like it's got heart, but it's really funny.
Yeah.
So you think the jokes make it more like an extended skit rather than a...
That's exactly
Like a
what it is.
story.
It's just
That's what
it's just them
I've heard.
tooling around, which
Yeah.
is so funny, but it's
Yeah.
not a Ghostbusters movie.
Right.
Like when you take all the comedy out, I'm stealing this from another podcast, Chris. Don't judge me.
I heard you.
But when he said it, I'm like, that's so true.
Chris's eyes twitched as you were saying
No.
that.
When you take away all the
Check the
comedy
tape.
from the first movie, it's still like an awesome horror movie.
Right.
You
okay.
wouldn't have that with this one.
Yeah. There's no substance, is what you're saying.
And there's like a battle moment, like an Expendables moment at the end. That's just like, why are you guys doing this?
Okay,
You
so
don't need to do this.
Spoilers.
In that battle moment,
Spoilers.
right?
It's just a battle moment.
The theme song was like ramped up. It was all happening. They were
pumping.
fighting ghosts, and like I had goosebumps. Maybe it was the loud music. Maybe it was that song, but I had goosebumps. And it was
The sound was really good.
it was
in the movie.
it was good and it was loud. It's very loud. I didn't like the movie, but I don't like.
Oh,
You didn't like the movie.
He doesn't like it much.
Shut up! I like it
he's a
so
film.
much.
He's a
I
film.
like
He's a
so
film
much.
student.
I'm not.
didn't like it?
I don't know. I'm not just like. But I probably knew I wouldn't like it
Sophisticated
beforehand.
taste.
Anyway.
Okay.
Like I laughed and it was fun, but it's not a movie I'm
It's not what
gonna.
he
The blonde chick in it is probably the funniest person on the planet.
She was very good, and Chris Hemsworth.
She made me laugh just by saying, "What?" But it was like so funny.
So that's the type of movie it is.
So
It was funny.
Right.
And like I had a good time, but I don't need to go back. Like I didn't really
Yeah, I'll
feel
probably never watch it
anything
again.
or
DH.
so. And
So-
but I'm not into that sort of movie already. I could have told you beforehand what I was gonna think.
Getting the feeling I could watch this on TV in a few years.
Yeah. The actresses, how they worked together was good. And for the most part, they had good chemistry, and it was good, very funny performances. But
So, is there like There's not a lot of movies where women are actually the leads and the main characters, are there? Like,
well,
I
the
don't really
ones
think-
the ones
yeah.
that are movies where they're like the women are the leads. It's about women. Whereas normal movies,
Or
it's
Little
just
Women.
like
Like Blue Crush.
this is a movie.
some kind of Jane Austen adaptation.
yeah.
Like usually when there's a
Darcy.
movie, Mr. Darcy.
Oh, even then it's about a man, isn't it?
That's amazing.
It's almost about that bloody
Just
Darcy.
you-
I don't know anything about it.
Just your face when you did that voice, man. That was incredible. That's it.
There's definitely
So good.
movies out there for women, by women, with women. There's
For women?
Always.
What's a movie for women?
Movies about women.
Yeah,
like
Devil
women's
Wears
stories.
Prada.
Steel Magnolias.
Yeah.
Women's stories like that.
But like, are men just not interested in
Roots. No, Roots isn't one.
No, generally,
Try again.
yeah. Like I can't
I
connect
was
with
really
a
off
woman's
base with that
story
one.
as much as I can like a man's story.
Right.
So yes, I am less interested. I'll
Right.
see it and I can appreciate it, but I probably won't connect with it the same as I would a story about a man.
What if they take the clothes off?
I'll probably get on board.
Yeah.
Wow. So it sounds like what they've done is taken a cult classic and turned it into a summer blockbuster,
Yeah.
right? So they've taken out the element of this is going to last years and years and put in the element of be super funny, make lots of money, and then forget about it.
Well, what I was going for with asking about how many movies had women in it, is it groundbreaking in the fact that it is a blockbuster movie with those kinds of production values, but it is actually a lead for, like, led by women, it's actually for a
Led by
general audience,
multiple
isn't it?
women. is huge.
Because you were saying, like, other movies that they're made for women, the ones that tend to have lead women roles
Yeah,
are tailored
well,
towards the
things like
female audience.
Bridesmaids or the other women, these comedies like starring women, like about women.
It's not
like
blockbuster.
people still write about them, and it's like, oh, women are finally coming to the front and center. Like,
Yeah.
and we still have to write like that. So it is. It's still.
It's
But
it
like
is.
those ones are targeted at women, aren't they?
Yeah,
Because like
Generally,
they're not thinking that men are going to be watching them.
Yeah.
But in this case, did it feel different?
it's pretty unique in that way.
Yeah, I
And
think it's
for
still,
everyone.
It's still a big
with a
deal,
lot of women.
unfortunately.
Right.
Like it's aiming to be something for everyone.
Yeah.
So do you do you reckon they can push forward from there? Is that like,
I think
did it work for you guys?
I liked it.
for me, I don't know. For me, it doesn't make a difference. Like,
Mm.
like
Well, you say that.
At least you don't
Makes a
think
difference
it
for everyone,
does.
women are hilarious.
I guess the fact that
Look
you
at-
guys
look
sat
at
there, you guys sat there and watched it and didn't think, oh my god, there's 4 women in it, means that I guess you're not too bothered by it or that it doesn't bother you.
Well, that
Yeah,
kind
I
of goes
didn't
back
have
to
trouble
the
connecting.
kind of goes back to the original thought. Like, why wasn't I pumped for this? Like, I love Ghostbusters. Like,
Mm.
I wasn't alive when they made Ghostbusters 2, but Ghostbusters 2 was not good.
Okay, so if it was remade with the original cast, would you have been excited?
Probably not, because they're all old, and I don't think Dan Aykroyd's funny anymore. And I don't know.
I'd agree. I think like the second one wasn't as good as the first
Yeah,
already.
like I think
Nothing.
So I
It's
think
the
they
first.
would probably run out.
So, going back to like, is it sexist to not like it before even seeing it? Like, I think it is. like somewhere deep down, it's not like a hard sexism. It's like a quieter, subtler.
Yeah, if it's
sexism.
more
So you're
than
saying that
just
you
your-
are sexist?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
And you're saying you can separate that from your fatigue at seeing remakes of movies, because that's got to play.
No, I think
some
that's
role,
I think that's what it's hiding underneath. for-
Right. Yeah,
so,
that's like a
and I think that's what it's hiding underneath for so many people.
I feel like I can see where you're coming from, but at the same time, what you're saying about women, with like people keep writing about it, it's a good thing because there's like a misogyny test that if you apply to movies, so many freaking movies like fail.
The
Terrible.
the
Like, it's
Bechdel
incredible.
test.
It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's it. And it's like, is there a woman in it? That's like question one. Is she a lead character?
Yeah.
Is there two women in it? Is there two women that don't talk about a man?
Yeah, do they have a conversation about something?
And that's where
not
they all
about the
fail.
man.
Right.
Yeah.
That is where every single one of them fail.
Right.
Like having women talk about something that's not another male character.
To be fair, I think Alien fails that test, but I think it should pass it. Because that's the only other movie I can ever think of.
There is
Which is
a-
a mass appeal movie that has a woman in the lead role, and she's actually awesome. Like, she's not just there in relation to a man, she kicks butt. And she's
Alien
just
2
there.
passes it because Newt's a girl. So.
Oh, true.
True.
Yeah.
And the alien's a girl, the queen. So
And they're just drawing the whole time. they're just having a chin wag.
she talks like, get away from my uncle, bitch.
So you killed my children, huh? You killed all my crewmates, huh?
She does talk to the
I was
alien.
talking about that.
You killed Newt when she was going in space.
Her and Newt doesn't necessarily count though, because that's kind of a motherly role.
Yeah.
It's like still putting her in the role of a traditional female type. But the fact that she kicks butt and like kills stuff.
What
That's
about Underworld?
No, there's a man.
Is there,
Oh, wait,
is there another
Underworld.
female
With Kate
character in that?
Beckinsale.
Well, she's a lead. She's a lead.
She's a lead, but there's a lot of dudes around, right?
It doesn't really count when it's like a sexy leather clad
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
kicking ass.
Yeah.
Like there's the fifth element woman main character, which is that.
Yeah, but she's not even the main.
Charlie's
character.
Angels.
That's Bruce Willis for sure.
Charlie's Angels? Well, the title is literally Charlie's
Yeah, they belong to Charlie.
That's like a
Yeah, but
Belongs
everything they
to
talk
someone.
about is like trying to set them up with like
Yeah,
a dude.
yeah, exactly.
Like every one of them has to pair off by the end of it.
and the awesome thing about Ghostbusters, which I didn't think about till just then, is there's like no sex appeal.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess
there's a lot of
so I
gratuitous
guess that's the
bikini
thing.
shots in Charlie's Angels.
There's movies with women, but they're still for men.
Yes.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
Which is Charlie's Angels.
yeah. So, oh man, isn't it crazy? I just keep waking up on this podcast. Last week I figured out how sheltered and white I am.
Where
And now I'm so
That's how
sexist.
opening
Oh.
closes my
is.
Now
I guess it's a movie where women play a role that whether it was played by a man or a woman would make a difference.
Yes. To who it's appealing to and everything.
Exactly,
They're just funny women.
Exactly.
If you're on the fence about seeing it for Chris Hemsworth.
oh yeah.
See it for the guy.
Which I actually, in all the reviews I kept reading, they're like, Chris Hemsworth's so funny. They all talk about the guy in it, which I'm not sure if that's like a subconscious sexism thing.
Oh god.
But he is actually
He
crazy.
is.
That might be
He's
because
funny,
you're not
crazy
expecting it.
funny.
He's a
That's
standout.
genuinely surprising to me. I wouldn't expect it.
Like, and he's got his Australian accent, so it's just like nice.
And everyone should go and see it, so that because there's dickheads on Twitter who are saying, "Oh yeah, they haven't made any money yet."
Which it definitely has, I think, right?
Surely it has.
It hasn't made
Sorry,
very much.
check that
It
out.
hasn't made enough money yet. It hasn't made its
Wow.
budget back
It's
yet.
only been out for like a week.
Well, you know what? Like, I didn't even realize it was out.
It came out like
See,
long
that's what I'm
earlier.
plugging
Okay,
it.
how long-
Everybody go out to your local
How long
cinema.
does a movie have to make back its budget for it to be a successful movie?
It's a good question.
Like,
What would you say?
I was like, ASAP.
If it's out for like a month and it's just making its budget back, is that considered a failure?
Everyone judges it by the opening weekend, which doesn't
Yeah.
really make sense.
What, are you supposed to make all the money back in the opening weekend?
That's just
possible.
how everyone gauges it.
Right, okay.
I think it's, when I checked this morning, it was on like half. I think its budget was 144 or 122. One of
As in,
those.
it's made back half of
Which-
it.
And
That's really
it's
good.
only made 50
Honestly,
million.
they could have spent half of that and it would have been a better movie.
Yeah, there's so much special effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
Did they? Okay, on the trailers, it looks like they go for sort of. It still looks like it's old school special effects, kind
Nah,
of like
it's
they
just-
stick out.
They attack Helm's Deep ghost style, pretty much.
Times
Imagine,
Square.
imagine that many like ghosts.
Right.
That's
the
pretty much the
Uruguay.
last
Wow.
one.
Helm's
Do they
Deep.
look for the coming of Chris Hemsworth on the third morning?
Yes, they do.
It's one for you Lord of the Rings fans out there.
Amazing.
Isn't it that morning when Gandalf says he'll come? And then he comes over the hill
Funny
and
the way it sounds.
On the third morning. Alright, subject
Alright.
change. But before we do that, can anyone see the red dot on the camera?
Can see it.
It is recording. Sweet.
Can you not see the red?
well, before you subject change, the black woman, I can't remember her name.
Leslie something.
Oh,
She got subjected to some
She got
pretty bad.
harassed.
Did she?
Yeah.
But
Online.
so I told Ali I was surprised because I just assumed that they all get harassed. Like every actor
Which they
must
do.
attract a certain number of just jerks.
Of course.
But there's a certain number and then there's like a certain
So
bigger
it
number.
was like that much worse that she actually.
Well, I don't know, like what's the worst thing that you could say to Kristen Wiig? Like, is anyone gonna call her a... I don't want to
They're
say...
certainly not going to say she's an ape.
They're not gonna say Big Lip Coon like 50 times in
Yeah.
one tweet.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
Might have to make this podcast explicit with that one.
sorry. I don't know.
Is this because she was in this movie
I think so.
that people were hating on her?
And then she like replied and tried to get them banned, and then more people jumped
Well, I
on.
assume it was the same trolls who were there before.
Yeah.
saying
You
it would be a terrible movie,
It's
and then they thought they were justified because it didn't make enough money. Is that right? And then
See,
they thought that was
I'm not sure.
You're a celebrity on the internet. Either she doesn't know how the internet works, or it's a PR stunt. So
Yeah.
she's either an idiot or it's a PR stunt, which
Yeah.
I hope it's a PR stunt because it's pretty genius in terms of it just got so much attention.
We're talking about it.
Yeah.
That is very. It was on like
That's
BBC
true.
News. It was
But-
it was like the third story on BBC News, and the
If
first two were like Nice terror attack.
And it makes Twitter.
And Twitter attack.
And it's even an ad for Twitter because Twitter like got involved, like the actual company.
Exactly.
Yeah, the CEO tweeted her and told him
Wow.
to get in touch with.
Confirmed.
Get in
It was
And,
fake.
and they all like banned.
Wait, what?
all
It was
the
100%. It was fake.
Who?
The
Oh,
whole
right.
thing, yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant him.
Definitely.
tweeting her.
Nah, I believe it's legit.
I think no, but I don't think that it's not outside the realms of people on
But
Twitter. to
listen,
say that-
she's famous, right? She's like a
Oh
celebrity.
no! I think the
But, like,
abuse,
her
the abuse was
reaction
real.
to
The her getting off Twitter thing, I think, is the stuff.
yeah, right.
But like, if you're a celebrity, like you must get this
And she's
24/7.
But she's okay. She's not just any celebrity, right? She was on SNL.
Exactly.
She's a comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like the fact
Comedians
that
are meant to be the thickest skinned
The
people.
fact that she
Comedians, they have
responded.
feelings, dude.
yeah, but the
No,
fact
but
that she
if you can
responded
get
so
through stand-up
publicly.
comedy, you have to have like some serious walls.
I
around you.
agree,
Yeah.
but then I can't just say, "Hey,
What are you gonna cry
Get
when
over
someone
it.
heckles you?
Get
No, you should never. Okay, no one ever has the right to tell someone they just have to get over it, right?
Well, that's what we're
But
saying.
we can be surprised that her reaction was like that. Because you just
That's
sort of
pretty
expect
much
people to
saying
be
get
pretty
over it.
callous. No, it's not.
Not get over
No, it's
it, but like that's the internet. Once you reply, like
She's not wrong
you're getting
to be
involved.
surprised, to be angry. I'm not telling her that she's wrong to be angry. I'm
She's just
surprised that
ignorant.
she is.
Look, as a celebrity, how could you not realize that the best thing to have done would have been to completely ignore it?
I don't know. I think,
Well,
she got,
I
I
don't-
think the
like-
movie got more attention because of it.
Because
Exactly.
so
So,
you're-
that's what
you're
makes
on
me
the
think
conspiracy theory.
she's clearly doing it for.
Well, I don't think.
But it is sad that that
PR
many
stuff.
people were actually providing them with the material. to
It's,
say.
it's like half
Yeah.
real.
I'm sure there would be.
Yeah.
I think it's just hard. Like celebrities don't go through boot camp. No one says don't reply to tweets. Don't listen to racist people. No one tells them that. They're just people on Twitter.
Oh, come on,
They
it's
just have a
common sense.
tick
She's
next
not.
to their
She's
name.
not like new though. She's been on
Yeah.
SNL for like 4 years now.
Exactly.
People had to have been doing the same thing
Oh,
when she was on SNL.
People are probably doing it right now.
Yeah, because she.
You didn't think she was funny on
It's gonna
SNL,
get
did you?
controversial. Let's change subject.